as we've talked about the last 3 days, let's make sure that today is the beginning of the next phase of your coaching journey. Please don't leave here and think we've reached the end.
Ya, jadi selama level 3 ini jangan berpikir semuanya telah selesai, tapi kita harus berpikir bahwa ini adalah permulaan dari perjalanan kepelatihan kita. Jadi terus belajar.
So, with that being said, level 3 typically is usually a 1.5 day, 2-day class.
Ya, biasanya level 3 ini paling sedikit 1,5 hari, rata-rata 2 hari kelasnya.
So we have translation as well. So we're trying to get a lot of information jam-packed in a very short amount of time.
Jadi level 3 ini akan karena harusnya 2 hari, jadi ini mau
dipadatkan. Batunya habis dong kok. Lelah.
So again, we're packing a lot of information into a shorter amount of time.
Ya, jadi ini kita coba untuk membicarakan semua materi yang harusnya 2 hari ini dalam waktu yang saya pasti akan rumit ya.
Okay, this presentation will not work unless you think, do a little daydreaming, ask questions, and most importantly, think about the information and how it relates to you as a coach and your club, your team, your program.
Jadi presentasi hari ini nggak akan berguna kalau kalian nggak mikir ya, terus nggak tanya sesuatu yang berkaitan dengan klub kalian ya, atau dengan peran-peran kalian.
So level 3 is also where we have a little fork in the road in your education as a coach. So level 1 and level 2 we've completed. You are educated and certified as a level 1 and 2 coach. Once you take level 3, you'll be certified. You'll get a gold seal for 1 and 2. Once you have 3, if you have 1 and 2, you'll have a gold seal for 1 and 2.
Ya, jadi di level ASCA ini sertifikasinya bercabang ya. Jadi kalau level kita sudah ngambil level 3, berarti udah ngambil level 1 dan 2, otomatis level 1 2-nya ada stempel emasnya. Ya.
Now, in order to get the level 3, in order to get the level 3 gold seal, that's when you need to have coached an athlete to a certain time standard.
Untuk level 3 kalau mau dapat stempel emas itu harus punya atlet yang dapat mencapai standar tertentu.
So you will all be level 3 educated. Everyone that completes level 3 will be level 3 educated. Level 3 with a gold seal will be those coaches that have coached an athlete to a higher standard of performance.
Semua yang ambil level 3 pasti dapat sertifikat level 3, tapi untuk dapat stempel emasnya itu harus melatih anak untuk mencapai level tertentu.
So if you leave here as an educated coach, You have a few months, a year, where you can still have an athlete perform at that level, and then you can get your gold skill. So again, achievement can come within the next year after you leave today.
Oke, jadi setelah ambil sertifikat ini, Anda bisa melatih, ya, mungkin bulanan atau tahunan, dan untuk ingat kalian bisa mendapatkan sampel emasnya juga.
So we're going to start laughing this morning at Chad's great jokes. Let's jump right in.
Nah, kita mulai ya.
Let's jump right.
I need laughter every now and then, so let's jump right into it. All right. So I've been very fortunate to travel the world, do these clinics. I have a coaching friend in India. His name is Coach Kanai. And he and I worked together. He said, hey, Chad, I've got a 13-year-old boy. He's 4'2", he's about 34K. His best time in the 200 fly is 2:53. 2 minutes, 53 seconds. This was in November of 18. And he said, we have about 8 to 9 months where I would like him to qualify for his provincial championships. We've never had an athlete make provincials. This young boy is the closest. We would love the opportunity for him to make provincials. He needs to go 220 to do that. So he needs to drop 33 seconds.
Oke, jadi coach Stan udah keliling dunia ya, dan salah satunya di India, ketemu dengan coach namanya Coach Ganan, dan dia punya atlet, dia umur 13 tahun, renang 200 gaya kukunya 253. Ini di tahun 2018, dan Coach Ganan tanya sama Coach Stan, anak ini harus berenang 220 untuk masuk kualifikasi dalam kejuaraan provinsinya ya, untuk kejuaraan daerah.
So we talked. We said, all right, there's a lot of things that we need to figure out, a lot of things that we need to discuss. Okay? First of all, how do we train this athlete? What do we need to do? 12-year-old boy, he'll be 13 soon. So we started thinking, okay, we got to talk about speed work. We got to talk about dry land training. We need to build his aerobic base. 200 fly is an event that you need a good, strong aerobic base. We have to work on turns, details. Let's talk about race preparation. I asked about heredity. Is this kid going to grow? We need a little bit more of a, this is a child. Let's see if we can turn him into a young man and have some help by heredity and genetics and adolescence to help us get better. How long time? About 9 months.
Oke, jadi pada saat gue bilang tanya sama Coach Stan, gimana caranya anak ini bisa jalan 220? Ini harus banyak diskusi, banyak pemikiran. Salah satunya ini, ya, gimana caranya kurang cepat, ya kan? Walaupun tangan latihan jarak, pastinya perlu aerobik ya, karena kan 200 kubu itu butuh aerobik, karena ini nomor termasuk nomor jarak panjang. Membalikan, ya, persiapan perlombaan semuanya ini dipikirkan. Ya, bahkan nanya sesuatu yang sampai ya dari tadi ya, apakah anak ini bisa tumbuh ya dalam waktu 9 bulan, cuma 8-9 bulan ya, apakah bisa ada sesuatu yang apakah bisa tambah tinggi seperti itu?
So you can see lots of things to talk about and trying to figure out. So we started off just with basic ideas and thoughts. So at 253 is average 50. It's 43 seconds. Okay, just a good baseline number to know. We talked about going 220. You would need to go 32, 36, 36, 36. Roughly in that, around that time. Okay? So I said, all right, well, he needs to be able to just do a 50 flat start. His best time in the 50, just for that front end speed, he needs to be about 30 seconds. Okay? We need to increase some speed so we can go out comfortably in the first 50 of the 200. We talked about how speed comes from resistance training and how endurance comes from a strong aerobic base, an aerobic overload, and race-based training. We're going to talk about those three words here throughout the day.
Oke, jadi untuk jalan 253 itu gampang-gampangannya per 50-nya kan 43 detik. Dan untuk jalan 220 dia harus jalan 32, 36, 36, 36. Speednya ya. Jadi pemikiran pertama dari konsep si anak ini 50 meternya pakai start harus jalan 30 kalau 50 pertamanya mau jalan 32. Jadi ya harus ada kecepatan juga. Ya. Terus juga harus ada endurance, harus ada stamina. Nah nanti yang di bagian stamina, kecepatan tadi bisa dapat dari tadi ya. Endurance. Ada latihan darat ya kan, juga yang harus di air. Kemudian aerobiknya dia dapat dari nanti kita akan dibicarakan yang tinggi di bawah ya. Latihan aerobik yang berlebihan, yang full aerobik sama space.
So again, we're gonna talk about all of this. If this doesn't make sense to you right now, just be patient. We're gonna talk about all this stuff. So broken 50s. So when we talk about race-based training, race pace is simulation of a championship meet performance in practice. So you will not swim a 2000 in a meet. Okay, but you're going to swim 450s very fast to make up a 200. So we do things like that. It's called race-based training. So we would do broken 50s on 30 seconds. Okay. You get 30 seconds after each 25. You get 2 minutes after each broken swim. We do that several times. Again, the stopwatch became a very important friend of ours throughout this process. We would do 50s. Again, our goal is 32, 36, 36, 36. So we did 50s in 36 seconds. And we did them a lot. We did them over and over, over and over. Okay, start with 2, get to 4, get to 6, 8, 10. Eventually, we're trying to make it where that 36-second pace is something that we can do anytime we need to.
Oke ya, jadi space ini adalah simulasi dari perlombaan. Nah, mungkin kita berlomba itu 2000 meter. Jadi kalau berlombanya 200 berarti 4 kali 50. Ya, kalau ini Coach sebutkan ini ada broken 50 ya 30 detik per 25 dan 20 menit 2 menit istirahat setiap brokennya. Ini bisa dilakukan 4 kali dalam sekali latihan ya, atau 2 kali per minggu latihannya. Broken set ini. Terus dia juga ada yang keduanya 50-nya targetnya kan 36, yang di 52, 3 dan 4. Ya, itu harus bisa dicapai. dengan istirahat 30 detik. Bisa dimulai dengan 2 kali, bisa dimulai sampai 4, dinaikin terus sampai 6 kali, 8 kali, dan dilakukan 2 sampai 4 kali per minggu.
Tadi maksud poin.
So, I'm a firm believer. If you want to do something in a meet, it's usually the likelihood of it happening is very high if you can do it in practice. So I'm not saying you hop up and go to 220 in the Twitter fly. What I'm saying is do a broken Twitter fly. Okay, I think 30 seconds after each 50 is too much, but maybe 10 or 15 seconds. Okay, you can do 4 50s on 10 or 15 seconds rest. You add them up, and it's 220 or faster. The likelihood of you going 220 is very good. I like my chances.
Oke, kalau jalanin broken 200 kayak buku ini ya, 4 kali 50 secara 30 detik itu kan di awal ya. Kalau itu merasa itu udah mereka si anak ini udah bisa, jadi turunin istirahatnya. Kalau istirahatnya kebanyakan diturunin jadi mungkin cuma 15 detik per 50. Dan pastinya kalau dia bisa melakukan di sini, kemungkinan dia akan bisa, mungkin besar dia bisa melakukan di perlombaan.
Again, variation is a very important part of training. Okay, you need to have variety in your training. Distance, sprint, different strokes, different distances, different rest intervals. It is good for the body to be taxed, to be challenged in different things. So we did speed work as well. We wanted to increase the speed so you can go that first 50, get out of that 32, and still have the energy to go those 36s.
Oke, jadi sebagai pelatih kita harus banyak ya memberikan variasi pada atlet kita. Ya, variasinya bisa berbentuk intervalnya bisa pendek, bisa panjang, jaraknya bisa pendek, bisa panjang. Ya, jadi kita supaya itu bagus buat si anak untuk tantangan buat si anak ya dalam latihan. Dan yang paling penting tadi adalah dia harus dapat speednya dulu. Kalau dia mau berenang 32 di 50 pertama, speednya harus dapat dulu. Jangan langsung mengarah ke stamina-nya, tapi speednya dia harus bisa jalan 30. Jadi perlu latihan speed juga, bukan cuma latihan stamina.
Yes, sir. So you do a 50, okay, but you get 30 seconds rest at the 25, and then you get 2 minutes after each 50.
Jadi ini kalau 25 maksudnya. Jadi 50 yang pertama itu untuk melatih 30 detiknya itu. 32 detiknya. Jadi 2 kali 25 maksudnya.
So this is just a sampling of different things we did. There were things that Coach Ganon did that worked. There were some things that Coach Ganon did that I would not have done. This was a good set. We found the athlete really enjoyed doing this, and he got the athlete engaged. But I guess I'm more similar to you that I don't know if this is that great of a set.
I mean, the point is the meaning of broken 50 on 30 seconds.
Maksudnya 2 times 25. Jadi 50 meter ini kan yang pertama itu untuk dapat 32 detik. Jadi targetnya dia harus jalan 30 detik di 50 meter.
Di 20.
Ya, broken 50 itu 2 kali 25. Hah?
Restnya.
2 menit istirahatnya, saya 50 dan 2 menit. Kan targetnya dia jangan 30, padahal dia mestinya iya 45 lagi biasanya baru
jalan restnya 30.
Yes, sir.
For this specific example for flying, how do you do the basic endurance for flying?
Intervals,
The basic endurance for flying, is it just free or because flying?
we'll talk about that. Yeah, yeah. So again, this is race pace and speed work. A good little sample of some things that were done for developing that pace. Again, 36, 36, 36, 36, and then that speed work, the ability to go out and be 32, but not feel tired after going 32 that first 50.
Oke ya, jadi tadi kan kalau di slide sebelumnya kita lihat kan ya, kalau dia mau jalan 220, dia jalan 32,
36, 36.
planning itu cara kita. Nah, 30 kan harus dapat 32. Ya. Jadi yang harus lakuin dia harus jalan 30, biasanya harus naik sampai jalan 30, tapi harus naik speednya. Jadi latihan pertama broken cuma 50, bukan 200 ya. Jangan berpikir ini 4 kali 50. Yang pertama harus dilakukan adalah broken 50 dulu kan, dia harus capai, dia harus bisa bilang 32 itu nggak capek, jadi biasanya harus 30. Ya kemudian baru broken yang di bawahnya, broken ini untuk mencapai
36.
Kedua, ketiga dan keempatnya 50. Jadi yang dicari speednya dulu, baru akhirnya betanya. Ya jadi jangan kebalik, ya jangan kita bagi 4, 20 dibagi 4 terus berarti 35 misalnya. Nggak akan dapat, mesti cari 50 pertamanya harus cepat dulu, kalau enggak percuma. Yes.
Setelah dapat 30, dia baru yang kedua. Paham.
Terima kasih ingin bertanya.
Ini kan ada yang geser.
Bahwa
Yang geser tadi
mencapai
itu.
waktu supaya yang ditetapkan itu ada dasarnya
Dia ada yang geser tadi itu.
50. Dan dikatakan bahwa jika atlet sudah merasa
Geser.
diturunin kan kasih terpalnya kan gitu. Untuk mengetahui capek tidaknya itu biasanya konsep itu pakai below maximum handbrake atau
Bisa nanya tadi, ya bisa sharing yang eja, bisa sharing yang eja, bisa sharing aja apa?
zona aerobik pas atau 5 yang sprint gitu. Dan kalau yang konsep pakainya yang BBM atau yang misalnya
200 ya,
200
200 bisa ada nomor.
atau
Orang
misalnya 90% kali maksimum pakainya yang mana gitu. Kalau tahu saya ada dua versi.
Orang yang 30 kan, targetnya yang 30, 50 sebenarnya tidur 2, udah 32, tapi orang perlu mencapai 30 pula. Karena untuk supaya melakukannya lebih enak di 32 nah. Untuk 50 pertama, nah dia dipecah lagi 2 kali 50, jadi 2 kali 25 meter. Nah, dengan istirahat 2 menit jalan. 2 menit jalan. 2 kali 25, 50 pertama, 25 pertama nah. Harus berang berapa? Supaya 30. 14. Kedua nak 16 atau 15, saya aman 15. Nah, ini broken. Ini bisa dilakukan di sini dengan 2 menit istirahatnya, dengan 2 menit istirahat dan antara istirahat berenang ya. Nah, bisa dilakukan ini 2 kali dalam seminggu, 2 kali dalam seminggu atau 4 kali dalam seminggu. Ketika broken ini, kalau 4 kali 50 ini bisa dilakukan. Nah, awalnya dan ya 50, 30 istirahat kan. Nah, mulainya dengan ini menjadi pertama tidak 2 kali per hari, 2 kali per kali sampai 6 kali nanti melakukan atau 3 hari dalam seminggu.
Kalau istilahnya jadi biologi masih bisa nggak semua? Jadi konsep bukan yang pakai peralatan-peralatan yang bisa mengukur semuanya itu ya. Paling pakai bincang aja loh.
I think don't be afraid to try something new. Try something. If it works, keep doing it. If it doesn't work, don't do it.
Ya, jadi jangan takut untuk nyoba. Kalau coba gagal ya udah jangan dilakuin lagi. Tapi paling enggak kita sudah coba. Gitu. Jangan takut untuk coba. Ya, saya
saya mau tanya, ini kan rencana ini kan 9 bulan. Ini dilakukan di mana? Di persiapan umum, persiapan khusus atau di kompetisi? Kalau tiba-tiba dilakukan di persiapan umum kan pas. Itu aja.
Okay. It is 8 to 9 months, right, to achieve the 220. When do you apply this? Like what things?
We started immediately with, again, he's 12, he's 13, 12, almost 13. So we came up with a plan. We looked at his meets. We took all that information. And we came up with an individualized plan for that athlete. But we got started right away. Yeah, it was. Again, we'll talk. We'll go into more detail on that, but we had a plan. I think the important thing that I want you guys to hear is there was a plan. It wasn't what should we do today, or what should we do next week? It was, all right, here's our plan, and this is how we're gonna help this athlete to 220 in the next 9 months.
Ya, jadi langsung ini bisa langsung, nggak usah nunggu baterainya jadi kuota virus jadi patokannya ya dilakuin bisa atau enggaknya ya
ada
butuh proses tapi ini langsung dicoba untuk dilakukan.
Ada lebih.
Yes, sir. Great idea. Great question. So, again, we did not specialize. He did not specialize in one event. However, there were certain days of the week, so maybe Wednesday or Saturday, that we said, all right, this is the day we're going to focus on getting that 220. But the goal throughout the whole time, and still is the goal, is to help this young man be the best swimmer he can be, not the best butterfly. Absolutely.
Oke, pertanyaannya bagus ya. Bu Firman bilang katanya harusnya dispesialiskan kan kalau kemarin kita bilang sekitar 14 tahun usianya di level sebelumnya ya. Nah, ini barusan umur 12 mau 13 kalau sudah dispesialkan kayak kuku. Jawaban dari coachnya, oh ini bukan spesial kayak kuku. Latihannya tetap semuanya ya, cuman ada beberapa hari yang dilatih khusus untuk gaya kuku karena memang mungkin gaya ini yang mendekati kualifikasi lainnya.
Good questions. So the next thing we did was we just looked at general schedules and generalities of this athlete's training. So we decided to add 2 more workouts. Okay, a little bit more swimming. These were shorter workouts. They were more technique-based or speed-based. And they were the opportunity to get the athlete in the water a little bit more. We increased the volume gradually. I want you to hear that. So we added about 10 to 15. Some weeks it was 20%. And that was added throughout that week. So there was a very gradual progression of volume. Again, we call that progressive overload.
Ya, jadi setelah udah planning yang tadi, ya mulai planning tambahan-tambahannya apa yang dilakukan. Ya, pertama dia tambahin latihannya dari 5 kali seminggu menjadi 7 kali. Kemudian jaraknya
Dari
yang
20.000
tadinya dia dapat 20.000
per minggu,
jadi
44 per minggu.
per minggu. Tapi ini bertahap ya, nggak langsung dinaikin seperti itu. Tadi kan dijual juga bertahap. Jangan langsung 20.000 langsung jadi 40.000. Nggak mungkin. Semuanya harus bahkan bertahap. Ya 15% sampai 20% per minggu naik secara dari latihan awalnya. Nah ini semua itu disebutnya progresif overload.
Okay, we're looking at dry land. This young athlete had never done any sort of dry land exercise. Zero. Just swam, and that was it. So we knew that we could add a little bit of strength. We could increase his fitness by adding a little bit of dry land. So we did a lot of body weight exercises, core, push-ups, abs. He could not do a pull-up. In talking with the coach, said, hey, if he can do 5 pull-ups, get to the point where he can do 5 pull-ups in 9 months, that would, I feel really good about his chances. Not get to 5, but he got to 3 pull-ups. So, again, we kept it very simple. We did not lift weights. We did not do anything that would hurt or injure or stunt the growth of this 12-year-old. We just did a little bit more to increase his core, his strength, and get him a little bit stronger and fit.
Ya, jadi dari sisi latihan daratnya, ya ini anak yang masih umur 13 tahun ini belum pernah latihan beberapa kali latihan darat. Dia nggak bisa pulang katanya tadi. 1 kali aja nggak kuat. Ya, jadi mulai diperkenalkan dengan latihan darat ini, latihan berat badan atau body weight, ya. Kemudian ada core pasti ya, sit up, back up, ya. Kemudian push up, ya untuk nambah strength-nya. Tapi ini kan perlahan. Dan itu akan dan target dari coach Chat adalah bisa nggak pulang 5 kali dalam waktu 9 bulan itu. Dari nggak bisa nggak 5 kali pulang, ternyata nggak bisa, tapi dia udah bisa 3 kali. Ya, jadi nggak kalau bahasa kita nggak dicarbit ya, nggak langsung beri latihan berlebihan, tapi harus pelan-pelan karena sesuaikan dengan umurnya, karena kita mau menghindari cedera nantinya ya saat dewasa.
The most important thing I want you to hear was that there was a plan. Okay? It was a written down seasonal progression from point A to point B, and it was written down, it was shared, it was something that was discussed. It was not something that just, again, we didn't just wake up and say, let's do this, or let's do that. There was a plan. If you do not already have a habit of making plans for your training, the season, the month, the week, I think it's a really good idea that everybody should take advantage of.
Ya, jadi yang paling penting adalah punya rencana. Ya, semuanya itu harus direncanakan. Kalau belum biasa merencanakan, mulai belajar merencanakan sesuatu. Rencana itu ditulis, ya, didiskusikan, kemudian juga dibagikan ke atletnya juga, dikasih tahu bahwa ini rencananya. Ya, dan itu semuanya harus, intinya semua itu harus ada rencananya. Ya, tidak yang semata-mata, oh yuk kita lakuin ini, kita hari ini lakuin ini, tapi semua itu harus ada rencana. Bisa musiman, ya rencana per musim, bisa rencana per bulan atau per minggu, tapi harus direncanakan.
Excellent. So, November of 2018, again, we're starting at that 253. We implement a plan. The coach knows exactly what's going on, has an idea of where they want to go. By May of 2019, the coach Kanan contacted me and said, yeah, we hit 233, 20-second drop in 6 months. Okay? So a few things happened right there. Number one, We knew it was working. There was confidence that was going to come from this athlete and coach feeling like the plan that they had was working. And number two, we're not talking about a 233 athlete, not a 253. So that athlete was able to really push themselves, work harder. They saw that, again, they were motivated. They saw that it was working and they got excited, which brought even more progress.
Ya, ini jadi dari 253, biasanya di November 2018, Mei 2019, Coach Gana report ya, chat bahwa anaknya sudah menang 233, jadi ada 20 detik lebih cepat
Progres, ya.
dalam waktu 6 bulan. Ya, jadi itu akan, jadi berarti Coach Gana ini melakukan suatu planningnya, latihan-latihannya, programnya semua yang diajarkan dijalankan karena ada progresnya. Ya, kalau ada progresnya dan ada hasilnya, pasti ada menimbulkan motivasi.
So fast forward another 5 months, we get to October, and the athlete goes 31, 35, 38, 34. Not the best swum race, really not good at all, but 220.3. So they achieved their goal. He qualified for provincial championships. He's now a 17-year-old, 18-year-old, still swimming. And again, it's a great story about how over a 10-month period, with a set plan, a vision, and a goal, and an idea of how to get from A to B, really good things can happen.
Ya, kemudian di Oktober 2019, Sialan menang 2:20.34. Artinya tercapai targetnya ya. Cuman speednya dia jalan 31, 35, 38, 34. Menurut saya itu nggak bagus. Ya, tapi paling nggak dia mencapai targetnya dan dalam waktu 10 bulan.
So, this is what level 3 is all about. Okay? Planning, understanding energy systems, and when to use which ones throughout the season. Season planning, nutrition, understanding metrics, which again we'll talk about. You have the data from the athletes. What do you do with that data? This is what level 3 is all about.
Ya, jadi ini semua yang akan kita pelajari di level 3. Ya, mengerti energy system, pembuatan rencana musiman, nutrisi, dan mengerti matriks atau bisa membaca data. Pertanyaan dari sini.
So there's no reason you can't have similar results as Coach Canan. Okay? Provided you do those things that he did. Come up with a plan. Be flexible in your plan. Plan. You're going to hear me say it 1,000 times.
Ya, jadi banyak yang bisa kita pelajari dari Coach Ganan dan kita juga bisa melakukan seperti Coach Ganan lakukan. Ya, punya perencanaan, buat rencana, dan ditegaskan Coach Ganan.
All right. So we've got 6 chapters throughout level 3. I will tell you that we're gonna go through chapter 2 pretty quickly. It is very science-based. My education was in law, actually. Okay, and everything that you can find in level 3, chapter 2, you can find in a science textbook. It's about how we create energy, cells, muscle fibers, mitochondria. It's very, I think, high-level science, and between the fact that we're working on time limitations, number two, the fact that you can check out any science textbook and read more about the science of swimming and your body, and number three, because I think there's going to be some information that probably doesn't translate well. We're going to move through that pretty quickly.
Oke, jadi ada 6 chapter dalam level 3 ini, ya, cuman di chapter 2 nanti, karena itu lebih ke sains ya, jadi nggak akan dibicarakan terlalu detail ya, akan sedikit kayak ya cuma dibahas tentang doang, karena ya itu bisa kita pelajari sendiri, karena bahasanya memang mungkin susah untuk dimengerti, bahasa sains itu kan susah dimengerti. Jadi kita nggak akan terlalu fokus ke dulu.
So first, physiology, extremely important. Okay. Excuse me. Physiology deals with muscular strength, cardiovascular conditioning, and how your body responds to exercise. Okay, that's what physiology is all about.
Oke, jadi fisiologi exercise atau ilmu olahraga ya, itu pasti hubungannya dengan otot ya, kondisian kardiovaskular dan proses metabolik olahraga. Banyak sih gitu ya, ada sports, tapi intinya untuk kekuatan dan ketahanan.
Does anyone have a science background? Someone that is very science-based, chemistry, biology? Of course. Okay, that is not me. I am a coach who sometimes, well, not sometimes, I'm more of a gut, I'm more of an artist. I like to think of myself as, I see something in my head and I try and paint a picture to make that happen. I'm not as much a numbers guy or a science guy. I think there's a lot of value in it in our sport, but it's not something that I consider myself an expert on by any means.
Ya, Coach ini jelaskan bahwa dia bukan orang sains ya, jadi dia lebih ke artis, jadi dia membayangkan sesuatu terus mencoba menaruh apa yang ada di pikirannya itu, ya bahasanya dia melukiskan itu. Ya, jadi beda-beda sih tiap orang. Kalau Coach nggak bisa nggak pintar ya hitungan ya itu, tapi kalau kalian bisa hitungan ya nggak masalah juga ya, bagus banget.
If you have questions, we have 2 scientists in the room, so ask them if you have questions.
Kalau ada pertanyaan tentang sains, ada 2 ahli sains di ruangan ini ya.
So 2 very important names I want you guys to know about with regard to physiology and specifically this course. These were 2 advisors who helped us come up with everything in this course. Extremely smart gentlemen. People that have decades of experience in our sport at the highest level. So those 2 people are Jan Prinz, who's here at the top, and John Urbanchek here at the bottom.
Jadi 2 orang ini adalah orang yang sangat membantu dalam
kemajuan
ilmu olahraganya yang dilakukan ASCA ini ya. Dia punya pengalaman yang puluhan tahun, yang di atas itu namanya Jan Prinz, yang di bawah John.
So Jan Prinz is a sports scientist. He studies movement. He studies hydrodynamics. He's based in Hawaii. And he is absolutely incredible. Extremely smart man. He has done a little bit of coaching, but he understands the way our bodies move through the water, how our bodies produce energy, and what our bodies do with that energy very, very well.
Ya, yang si Andres ini adalah ahli sains ya, ahli sains. Ya, dia sedikit pernah melatih, tapi dia lebih banyak belajar tentang bagaimana tubuh kita ini bergerak dalam air, ya, atau menggerakkan, pokoknya semua yang dilakukan dia ini untuk kemajuan renang. Ya, si atlet untuk bisa berenang dengan lebih baik.
He is a very accomplished author and has written some very, very good books about the science of swimming.
Dia adalah salah satu penulis buku dan banyak buku ya. Bukunya yaitu Science of Swimming.
Secondly is John Urbanchek. John Urbanchek is a Hungarian, lives in the United States. He's been living in the United States so long that I think people forget about his heritage as a Hungarian swimmer. But he is the former coach of the University of Michigan. Extremely successful program. He has coached athletes to Olympic gold in short events, long events, all 4 strokes. He is still affiliated with USA Swimming as an advisor. He is an unbelievably great person, nice guy, extremely smart, but he understands the science of swimming. And although he hasn't written any books, he is an open book. You ever see him on a pool deck? You can talk to him, ask questions. He is just an unbelievable character for our sport.
Yang Urbanchek ini orang Hungaria ya, tapi udah lama tinggal di Amerika. Dia melatih di University of Michigan. Kemudian dia sudah terbukti sukses melatih sprinter, melatih renang melatih jarak jauh, dan banyak mengirimkan meloloskan atlet-atlet Amerika ke Olimpiade. Dia juga ahli sains, tapi dia belum pernah menulis buku, katanya dosen, tapi dia adalah buku yang berjalan ya, jadi
yang hidup.
Buku hidup ya, jadi setiap kali kita ketemu kita mau tanya apa aja, dia bisa punya jawaban.
So, we talked about planning and what that means. Planning is super vital for swim coaches. I think it is the separation between good coaches and great coaches. I think the more planning you do, the better coach you become, especially if you're flexible in that plan. But when we talk about planning, we're talking about it's researched. There's reasoning or rationale behind what you're doing and why you're doing it. It's written down, whether that's typed up on a computer, whether that's written on a notebook. Okay, it's recorded. My next one it is something that you can look back on, something you keep. For me, I've mentioned to you my notebooks. I have notebooks. Every single practice I've ever written. I can tell you what we did on April 14th, 2014. I can tell you the sets. I can tell you who was there. I can tell you how well they did, who swam great, who swam poorly, what pool we were swimming at, was it long course or short course, so on and so forth. Okay? That's how you record the data. It's evaluated. Okay, so what that means is at the end of the season, you can say, hey, this worked really, really well, or this was horrible. I need to make sure we never do that again. Which leads to it's adjusted. The plan for the next year we realized, hey, we didn't do enough speed work. So we're going to make sure we do some more speed work this year. Or we should not have taken a break, a 3-day break on this holiday. Or we can add one more practice and take away one more practice. You evaluate and then you adjust the plan for the future.
Oke, bicara perencanaan, ya bicara perencanaan. Nah, tadi ceritanya Pusat kan yang awal dia bisa seperti yang kemarin ya, dia biasa mencatat pakai notebooknya dia. Jadi kita bisa tanya dia apa yang acara apa pada tahun 14 April 2014 ini saya tahu ini acara siapa yang benangnya bagus, siapa yang nggak bagus, karena di situ perenang-perenangnya. Ya itu penting, itu nggak biasa sih kita lakukan ya. Balik lagi ke perencanaan, nomor 1 adalah research ya, research dulu apa yang mau kita lakukan. Ya, habis kita itu tugas kita harus research. Kemudian tulis, ya tulis di buku. Ya, biasakan menulis. Kalau kita mungkin baca buku ya, ya. Kemudian dicatat, yaitu tadi kegunaan kita bisa balik lagi. Kita punya catatannya semua dan dievaluasi setelah itu. Ya penting sekali. Kalau di Amerika memang dia programnya kan musiman ya. Dalam satu musim itu direview lagi gitu ya. Nah itu dievaluasi mana yang bisa dilakukan, mana yang nggak bisa, apa yang mana yang sukses, mana yang enggak. Ya baru nanti yang terakhir dilakukan penyesuaian, adjustment, dilakukan penyesuaian untuk rencana selanjutnya atau rencana musim selanjutnya. Kalau di mereka musiman, kalau kita mungkin nggak perlu musiman ya, mungkin bisa bulanan. Kita ada rencana lagi untuk bulan selanjutnya atau minggu selanjutnya.
That was a lot. Sorry. So again, if you don't have a plan, I'd rather not talk about it, but if you're a coach that doesn't have a plan, maybe you show up on time, maybe you show up at all. Okay, you're definitely not going to be prepared. We'll make something up. All right, yeah, just let's go with Twitter. Okay, go. Okay, you probably sit down. Probably won't be engaged. Probably spend a lot of time on your phone, texting, and call your friends. Hey guys, come on tonight. Yeah, I'm in practice. Don't worry, they're just swimming. Get out. Hey, all right, let's do some breaststroke. Some 50s breaststroke. All right, ready to go. Again, you get what I'm saying. Practice is over. You've accomplished nothing. Your athletes have not gotten better. You have not gotten better as a coach. Okay, let's not be this guy at all.
Oke, kalau kita nggak punya perencanaan, yang terjadi apa? Nomor 1 kita mungkin datang ke kolam, ya mungkin bisa tepat waktu, bisa enggak, bisa nggak datang. Ya. Kemudian kita seringnya ngarang, ya ngarang acara, ya seperti misalnya masih apa nih ya, gitu ya, bisa kita datang ke kolam, ya jalan kaki, ya. Atau misalnya ya kita kasih pakai nomor sprint. Itu ngarang namanya ya, karena nggak ada perencanaannya. Bisa teleponan, itu kejadian seperti itu. Ya kita kasih, udah lagi malas kasih aja 1000 buku bisa. Ya kan, terus duduk main handphone, ya ngecek Instagram, ya kan, telepon teman, ya udah mikirin yang lain-lainnya, ya kan. Intinya kalau nggak ada perencanaan itu akan terjadi, dan kalau itu terjadi itu nggak membuat atletnya jadi lebih baik, kita sebagai pelatih juga nggak jadi lebih baik. Jadi jangan jadi seperti itu ya.
Don't be this guy. Okay? Be this guy. This is Braden Holloway, one of my close friends. He coaches at North Carolina State University. They're now a top 5 program on the men's side and the women's side. He's phenomenal. He's unbelievable at charting a plan, coming up with a roadmap. Okay? He is a great planner. Simply put, as a plan, and he's individualized that plan for different athletes. He coaches college, and he coaches at a very high level, Olympians, Olympic medalists. But be like Brady.
Ya, ini adalah temannya Coach Chad, nanti di North Carolina ya. Dia melatih bukan ekskul, tapi dia melatih atlet ya, ex-swimmers yang kelas-kelas Olimpik, dan dia sangat bagus dengan perencanaan. Dia bisa merencanakan masing-masing atletnya, ya, apa yang mesti mereka lakukan, dan sangat-sangat sukses karirnya di pelatih.
Okay, a professional coach. We want to be professional in everything that we do as a coach. Okay, a professional coach runs the workouts. They write the workouts. They know everything about the workouts. They're the coach. They're present. They are a presence on the pool deck. Okay, again, sitting down. Yeah, go. That's not engaged. That's not having a presence. A professional coach sets standards. They provide feedback. They are positive in how they coach. They tell athletes what to do, what not to do. And they're teachers. They correct, they adjust, they adapt. Great teachers. Be a professional coach.
Ya, profesional. Jadi semua udah ada di sini ya. Acara-acaranya ya yang dibuat ya, tadi sebelumnya udah tahu kan, di evaluasi segala, kemudian tadi yang dikasih sajian, paling penting adalah kehadirannya harus dirasakan sama kita. Jangan ngasih acara terus hilang dan minggir duduk, ya, kemudian harus punya standar. Ya, standar itu harus ada sebagai pelatih yang profesional, harus bisa memotivasi atlet-atletnya, ya, terus juga dia bisa mengoreksi, bisa mengadakan penyesuaian. Kita harus profesional jadi pelatih.
Okay. Professional coaches know what the whole picture looks like. And they recognize that coaching, in my opinion, is like a puzzle. And our job is to figure out what piece fits in what part of the puzzle. Whether that's training, whether that is diet and nutrition, whether that is communication skills, motivation, relationships. Okay? We're everything to some of these athletes. We're psychiatrists, we're dietitians, we're mentors, we're role models. There's a lot of different pieces that make that puzzle of successful coaching.
Ya, pelatih profesional harus punya gambaran yang jelas, ya, apa yang menjadi tujuan utamanya, dan tugasnya adalah mencari yang hilang dari puzzle itu, ya, bukan puzzle ya. Yang hilang puzzle itu, apa yang kurang dari si anak. Bisa aja mungkin mereka butuh latihan darat, butuh tambahan nutrisi, ya, atau butuh ahli psikologi. Ya, jadi kita sebagai pelatih harus bisa mencari puzzle yang hilang itu supaya gambarannya bisa jadi.
Okay, again, all these different things. Know the pieces of the puzzle and how they fit together. So, figuring out who you coach. So, these are the words we're going to use today. I want us to kind of be on the same page of what those words mean. So, a novice athlete, I'm going to say, is between 5 and 10 years old. They're learning how to swim. They're learning the basics of competitive swimming. Their hope is to get legal in all 4 strokes, and then to learn more about competitive swimming. But it's a very introductory level. 100% of the time is spent on teaching. There's very little to zero training. Just focus on teaching athletes how to swim.
Oke, mengerti siapa yang kita latih. Ya, itu makanya hari ini atau judulnya di slide ini. Pertama, pemula itu terus kan 5-10 tahun. Terus itu bisa 12 ya. 5-10 tahun dan untuk anak seumur ini kita coach bilang tadi kita mengajarkan supaya berenang 4 stroke-nya itu nggak didiskualifikasi, semuanya betul. Ya, jadi prosesnya malah coach tadi bilang 100% itu mendidik, bukan melatih. Ya, jadi harus mengajar, bukan melatih. Jadi kita harus ingat itu.
What we call age group swimming, competitive age group swimming, is I think that 9 to 12. Again, ASCA says 10 to 13. I think it's more 9 to 12. They're starting to now understand more than the basics of swimming. They're starting to understand what descending is. They're starting to understand how their body requires different forms of stimulation to get better. They're learning more about the training aspect of our sport.
Ya, berikutnya itu umur kompetitif ya. ASCA bilangnya umur 10 sampai 13, tapi coachnya 9 sampai 12 tahun. Ya, itu atlet-atlet anak-anak yang sudah mengerti, ya sudah siap untuk kompetisi, sudah mengerti apa itu descending. Ya banyak istilahnya lebih apa sama. Ya, tapi minimal dia sudah tahu badannya butuh latihan, butuh simulasi untuk bisa mencapai hasil yang baik.
We talk about senior level swimming. Okay, that's now I think 14 to 18. Okay, you are now swimming at a competitive level. You now might be asked to do doubles, 2 practices in a day. You might be a part of very strenuous dry land activities. You might start to travel for meets. Okay? In the United States, the large majority of our meets are local. Now, at the senior level, you start to get on planes, travel for bigger national level meets. Okay? This is also the area where you're starting to think about swimming in college in the United States, university. So that's senior level swimming.
Ya, berikutnya adalah senior atlet. Ya, kalau di Amerika usianya 14-18 tahun. Ini di mana kalau di Amerika mereka sudah mulai serius latihannya. Ya, kalau di Amerika umur segini kemungkinan yang biasanya pertandingannya ada di daerahnya, dia sudah mulai travel ke daerah yang lain, bisa naik pesawat. Ya, dan di usia ini mereka sudah memikirkan mereka akan ke kuliah di universitas atau college yang mana. Ya, di usia ini mereka mulai serius intinya di renang.
All right, next we'll have what we call the collegiate or the professional swimmer. Collegiate athletes are 18 and older, they're in college. American University is 4 years, typically. Okay, so from 18 to 22, you're swimming. There are colleges that offer extremely competitive, high-level competitions, and we also have our colleges and universities that are not quite as serious or competitive. Okay, but what's beautiful at that level of college is you kind of get to choose whether you want to be more high-level, serious, or whether you want to focus more on your education, but use swimming as a hobby. Professional athletes usually happens after college. They are training, usually age 22 and over. They're training for international Olympic level competitions. They are the top athletes in our sport. Our age of athletes at the professional level continues to get older and older, but 22 to 30, 22 to 28, those are kind of the ages for collegiate, postgraduate, professional swimmers.
Ya, selanjutnya adalah anak-anak yang berenang di college atau di university. Ya. Di situ mereka, kalau di Amerika, mereka bisa menentukan kalau mereka memang mau serius, mau tanding di elit, karena mereka kalau di Amerika punya banyak standar ya. Kalau mau serius di renang, tanding di level elit, ya mereka kalau di universitas yang levelnya elit. Kalau mereka mau konsentrasinya ke pendidikan, edukasi, ya mereka ke sekolah yang mungkin nggak ada di level yang tinggi renangnya, ya cuma renang. Nah, di usia 22 tahun sampai 28 tahun kalau di Amerika, di situ mereka mulai fokus. Mereka biasanya ada atlet yang pengen berangkat ke Olimpiade, atlet yang memang pengen jadi atlet profesional, nah, di usia itu.
And then lastly, but very importantly, our masters athletes. These are athletes that are 19 years old. Okay, they are extremely competitive if they want. Okay, but you cannot normally. You can are focused on levels below international Olympic level. There are Masters World Championships, there are Masters high-level meets, but they are not as fast as Olympics, World Championships, so on and so forth. Okay? Masters swimming is you turn 19 and you don't swim collegiately, or maybe more for fitness, fun, social. The Masters is a very important part of swimming and what we're doing.
Ya, yang terakhir adalah Masters. Master ini kalau di Amerika mau 19 tahun, tapi dia nggak join tim sekolahan atau tim university. Dia mau ikut lomba, mau latihan, tapi dia bukan di level yang sampai di Olimpiade ya kalau di Amerika. Tapi mereka tetap masih mau ikut lomba. Dan ini penting sekali karena ini master itu kan habisnya bisa sampai usia berapa aja, yang ada studentnya pas, bahkan ada juara dunia master sampai usia 90 tahun masih ada ini. Jadi penting ya.
So, who coaches novice, developmental, learning to swim athletes that are learning competitive swimming?
Siapa yang melatih pemula? Melatih pemula siapa nih? Bisa angkat tangan. Berapa banyak?
All right, who coaches younger, more competitive age groupers? These are athletes that are now not just being taught, they're starting to be trained a little bit.
Ya, ini yang siapa yang latih kompetitif level? Yang kedua itu banyak nggak?
All right, who coaches senior level athletes? These are teenagers trying to achieve at a high level.
Tahun 2001 saya nanti mencoba untuk qualify di lomba-lomba nasional maupun internasional.
Is anyone coaching any national team athletes or professional athletes?
Ada yang melatih perenang nasional?
Other than Felix.
Naik om.
Oh,
Nih, coach. Mister, ayo.
Yes.
Kerja laksana.
And then how many coach masters? I know we have some masters athletes here. Anyone coach masters?
siapa yang melatih master?
How about masters athletes?
Siapa yang masih jadi atlet master?
Excellent.
Excellent, ya.
Good to see a very good mix in the group. All right. We are going to move quickly through this chapter. We'll spend a little time on this chapter, then we'll do our coffee break. Again, I'm not a biologist. Felix is not a biologist. Okay. You can learn everything that we're going to review. A biology book, biology website. Okay. A lot of what we're talking about swimming wise, I'm good at that. I can help with that. Okay, but we're going to move through this pretty quickly because all of this you can find in a biology book.
Ya, chapter 2 ini akan kita lewatin dengan cepat ya, karena ini semua bisa kita pelajari sendiri di buku-buku biologi. Ya, bisa belajar di Google juga bisa ya, tentang semua yang akan diterangkan ini. Karena saya bukan ahli biologi, saya juga bukan ahli biologi, mungkin saya nggak bisa menerjemahkan bahasa-bahasa biologi ya.
So, two quick, yes sir.
I'm a lecturer of sport coaching. So maybe I can little about I will share my presentation. WhatsApp group. I will share my presentation in WhatsApp group, and also all of my friends here can see my video in Rajin Olahraga channel of YouTube. I think I'm okay.
What's your name? Jujung.
My name is Gunjung Asaki.
Gunjung.
Yes.
Gunjung is volunteering to provide some information on this. This information we have is good, but he might be able to provide some stuff in your native language that really helps with the biology aspect of what we're talking about today. Again, this is very important, but for time and other factors, we're gonna move through it extremely quickly.
Ya, kita nanti ini penting sebetulnya ya.
Ya.
Cuman karena waktu ini nggak bisa terlalu kita bahas, tapi nanti itu tadi ya, dapat ilmunya dari dia, nanti kita bisa belajar dengan bahasa Indonesia.
So, two quick words I want to talk about that we're going to be using today: energy and metabolism. Okay, energy for the use that we have today, the capacity of an organism to do work. If I were writing a test on level 3, I would include this in the test. The capacity of an organism to do work.
Jadi 2 poin yang akan kita bahas yaitu energi dan metabolisme. Ya, yang energi yaitu apa? Kapasitas kita untuk melakukan kerjaan sesuatu.
Secondly, the word metabolism. Okay? The definition of metabolism for the use of today and in the swimming world is the chemical processes, okay, that occur in a living organism in order to maintain life.
Ya, yang kedua adalah metabolisme, itu adalah proses kimia yang timbul di dalam ya makhluk hidup ya diri kita. Mohon maaf nih ya kalau penerjemahannya agak bingung.
Human body is an amazing organism. What I know is just basic level stuff, and it amazes me all the time what our body is capable of doing and how we maintain life. It really is remarkable. But again, we will challenge you, if you're interested to learn more about the biology and such with our bodies, seek further education.
Ya, jadi kalau saya langsung kata aja ya, pokoknya kalau kita butuh untuk lebih tahu lagi tentang apa yang ada di badan kita, kita belajar sendiri, ya, cari tahu sendiri.
Okay, I'm going to go through this very quickly. I will get to a slide. I will stop there.
Itu yang dilewati dibaca-baca sendiri ya. Terus dicari di Google kalau nggak ngerti.
Alright. I want to talk very briefly on muscle fibers. Okay, our body is composed of muscle fibers. There are different types of muscle fibers. Okay, Usain Bolt from Jamaica has very different muscle fibers than a marathon runner from Kenya. Very different bodies. Okay, likewise, everyone in this room, we have very different muscle fibers. The two primary muscle fibers we want to talk about are called fast twitch and slow twitch fibers.
Oke, ada 3 tipe dari serat otot ya, yang tadi contohnya adalah Usain Bolt punya serat otot yang berbeda dengan pelari Kenya, pelari maraton Kenya. Dan 2 yang perlu kita tahu yaitu slow twitch ya sama fast twitch. Kedudukan sama pelan sama kedudukan cepat itu kalau baca.
The bottom line is fast twitch muscles. Your body is composed of more fast twitch muscle fibers. You are more inclined to be successful in sprint and short events. Events that require speed and power. If you are someone that's comprised of more slow twitch muscle fibers, you are going to be more successful or inclined to be more successful in longer events, distance, marathons, open water swimming, so on and so forth.
Ya, kalau kita fast twitch ya, atau kedudukannya cepat, kita punya surat kedudukan yang cepat, kita bakalan lebih sukses di olahraga sprint karena itu speed dan power ya, kekuatan. Kemudian kalau kita slow twitch atau surat kedudukan lemahnya lebih banyak, kita biasanya lebih sukses atau atlet itu lebih sukses di nomor-nomor jarak jauh ya.
So, 1,500 swimmer, someone swims a mile, would be more what? Fast twitch or slow twitch?
Yang 1.500 lebih kemana?
Slow twitch.
Very good. Okay. Again, fast twitch, slow twitch. Okay, I want to talk real fast about the difference between aerobic and anaerobic. Does anyone understand? Who can raise their hand and say what the difference is between aerobic and anaerobic in the most basic terms?
Aerobic is with the oxygen. Anaerobic.
Aerobic means with oxygen. Literally, the word means with oxygen. Anaerobic means without oxygen.
Ya, aerobik sama anaerobik.
Anaerobik.
Aerobik artinya dengan oksigen,
Membutuhkan isotoper.
anaerobik tanpa oksigen. Itu artinya.
We're doing great. Okay. Aerobic exercise. Okay. Your body's demand for oxygen can be met, and your intensity can be sustained. So in aerobic exercise, okay, you can keep on going, feeling good. You will get tired, but it will take a long time for you to feel taxed, to feel tired, and to reach failure.
Aerobik itu pada kita butuh oksigen ya, supaya kita bisa melakukan olahraganya itu dengan jarak yang lama, ya, relatif lama atau dengan jarak yang panjang.
In my opinion, volume-based programs that pride themselves on volume, and we need to hit 6K, we need to hit 8K, we need to do 60K this week. They do a very good job of the aerobic system in developing aerobic capacity.
Ya, jadi kalau mau latihan aerobik, misalnya 6.000 meter sampai 8.000 meter, ya, itu dilakukan di dalam latihan ya, itu bagus sekali tuh, bagus sekali tuh latihan aerobik. Jadi saya lupa ngomong bahwa intensitasnya itu bisa dipertahankan kalau kita melatih aerobik.
For the most part, when we think about aerobic swimming, we're thinking about longer and easier.
Ya, kalau bicara latihan aerobik harus lebih panjang, ya, jarak dan waktunya, dan lebih enteng, lebih easy.
Anaerobic swimming. Anaerobic swimming is very high intensity, and your body fails. Your body gets tired. Your body produces what we call lactic acid or lactate. That is that feeling that you get in your muscles where your muscles are saying, stop, this hurts. I don't like this. Okay? Anaerobic is faster, but you cannot do it for a very long time, so it's shorter. You will reach failure faster by swimming anaerobic.
Ya, kalau anaerobik udah pasti ya, ini butuh kekuatan, power, jaraknya nggak bisa panjang ya, karena kita sudah memproduksi asam laktat. Ya, jadi otot kita akan kasih tahu kita bahwa kita harus berhenti. Ya, kita nggak bisa lanjut lagi. Jadi makanya jaraknya lebih pendek, dan ya, jaraknya lebih pendek.
We have a question. Yes, sir.
I want to ask, how do you improve your capacity to maintain the anaerobic energy production?
Great question. The more aerobic swimming you do, the more your aerobic capacity grows. Very simple.
No, the anaerobic.
Anaerobic. So that's what I was, my next point is I think programs that are focused on volume, programs that are focused on, again, we have to get to 6K, we have to do this much work. Those teams usually end up falling behind with the anaerobic development of their athletes. So it's very important as a program, as a coach who plans and is professional to mix in anaerobic swimming into your weekly, monthly, and yearly seasonal plan.
Iya, jadi kalau pelatih itu targetnya adalah pencapaian jarak dalam setiap latihannya, biasanya atlet-atletnya akan menjadi atlet renang jarak jauh, ya, dan nggak banyak yang bagus di renang sprint. Sebagai pelatih yang profesional kita harus punya perencanaan. Ya, paling bagus suggestion dari saran dari coach adalah penggabungan antara acara yang volumenya tinggi dengan acara yang pendek-pendek atau anaerobik.
Again, another way to put it, training aerobically is a moderate demand, okay? And producing energy through aerobic activity produces, for the most part, water and CO2 as its primary byproducts. Again, I don't want to focus on that too much.
Question. The mixture between anaerobic and aerobic training, is it to be done in one session training or mixture during week?
Can we come back to that? You guys have great questions, and I hate to say we're going to talk about that, but we're going to talk about that. That's a great question. So, when you are doing anaerobic exercise, scientifically it only takes 11 steps to produce that energy, and it has a byproduct of this lactic acid, lactate. That's what seeps through your body and tells you, slow down. I don't like this. This is not fun or comfortable. So again, we've covered this. There's just a lot of,
Ya, bicara aerobik sama anaerobik ya. Kalau aerobik jelas banget ya, simple sebetulnya. Ya, tapi kalau anaerobik itu lebih banyak di situ case-nya, lebih intens. Tapi intinya, saya juga tahu kalau anaerobik itu ada secara sains ada 11 step. Ya, nanti mungkin dibahas kali. Ya, anaerobik itu pasti akan produksi asam laktat ya.
Lebih banyak.
Itu yang buat otot kita jadi lebih capek, lebih cepat.
in the back, yes, sir. Here she comes.
Thank you. I want to ask you about I trained twice to work to develop knowledge. So after we teach technique, then what do we have to teach first? Aerobic capacity or what?
So there are just what do you do after? So there's a lot of factors that go into answering that question: age, ability, experience. But the way I would answer that question is ultimately, again, when I write a season plan, I am 100% technique in the early season, and I'm slowly, gradually adding aerobic capacity work until we start competing. And then I'm adding, I think usually 3 days of anaerobic work. But I'll show you my plan and what I do. But to answer your question is aerobic. Once you have athletes that you feel comfortable in their technical skills, the plan is to not do it for speed, but do it for distance next. So if they can continue that perfect technique for a 200, that's great. And they can do it for a 300, it's great. But the important thing is you're still focused on technique while you're developing aerobic capacity.
Ya, jadi pertanyaan tadi mana duluan yang mesti dilatih kan? Aerobik atau anaerobik kan? Anak-anak ya instan. Jawaban dari coach adalah kalau menurut coach dia akan melatih teknik dulu di awal musim, kemudian aerobik. Kalau sudah ada mendekati pertandingan itu baru masuk aerobiknya, sprintnya. Ya biasanya juga itu pun dikombinasikan ada 3 hari ada anaerobik 3 hari aerobik untuk menuju ke suatu lomba.
Okay, we're going to move through glycolysis. Okay, this is again all information that we can find in a biology textbook. Okay, your heart is the engine of your body. Okay, your heart is a part of the cardiovascular system, and your heart is a muscle. So it exercises, it grows in its ability to be more efficient and its strength. Bigger heart pumps more blood, more efficient heart pumps more blood. And I don't want you to think of size, I want you to think of efficiency. Big heart is actually not very helpful. But just know that as you train, you get that heart rate going, get it moving, you're becoming a well-oiled machine that is ready to do more work. You're increasing your capacity to work.
Ya, jadi jantung kita itu adalah mesin, ya. Mesin, tapi di sini juga bilang dia otot, terus bergerak dan bisa lebih kuat. Ya, jadi kalau kita latih terus jantung kita, dia akan darah lebih kuat, ya sehingga bisa membantu atlet jadi lebih kuat, lebih fit.
Why don't we, what we'll do is we'll take a little break, get a little coffee. I know it's 9:52, about 10:20, we'll do 30 minutes. 10:20, we'll come back and we'll talk about nutrition and the importance of what you eat.
Istirahat sampai jam 10.20 ya, coffee break. Itu kita bicara masalah nutrisi dan kafe.
Baik teman-teman, sedikit tambahan pengumuman teman-teman yang ada di dua baris belakang mohon maju ya, mohon maju bangku yang depannya banyak kompetisi karena dua baris belakang akan disediakan supaya kita konsentrasi dan ya. Jadi teman-teman yang ada di dua baris belakang akan depan ya. Terima kasih yang cukup dulu di kelas.
Ayo.
Di bawah.
Oke, next time nanti kita lanjut lagi. Ya, tes dulu.